everybody, partners!
Hello.
Yeah.
I had to start with the googly eyes since we have googly eyes guy as our guest.
Ironically, I don't have any googly eyes on my desk today.
You know,
What?
I lost them all.
if you're running low on supply, I got help.
I'll just have to get some more Ethernet from you.
So, hello everybody, and welcome to Retro Repair Roundup, episode 14 for June 5th, 2022. Tonight, our wonderful guest is not Tom B, also known as Torbar,
Hi, everyone.
known as Tom Barber, proprietor of Blue Scuzzies and other craziness on the internet. Say hi to everybody, Tom. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good. How are you doing?
Same old crap, different day.
Yep, same here.
I like how you said that, Tom, as if you were going to follow it up with like, things are good. How are you?
We're good. How are you?
Wait, who is this?
Yeah, I don't know who any of these people are. I just clicked the link and I showed up here. Yeah, everyone is wearing cowboy hats, so I decided to put one on too.
Sounds
so
fair.
is that what we're doing now? We're just like handing out the link to random passersby.
Of course.
That sounds like that sounds great. It's like
chat roulette of Retro Repair Roundup.
So, let's introduce our hosts since I didn't do that. We got Ron with Ron's computer videos. Hi, Ron. We got
Hi, Joe.
Rudy's Retro. We got Javier, the Atari Buster, which apparently is still his nickname, I guess.
He changes it every time until I kill something else.
Uh-oh. What'd you kill this time?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay. I'm sure I'll hear about it when you ship it to me to have it fit.
Got that right, buddy.
Yeah. So again, tonight we have Tom Barber. Lots of little things we wanted to talk about tonight, but the first question I had for our wonderful guest, before we let him regale us with the wonderfulness of everything that's going on in his world, who he is and all that, is what the heck is up with the googly eyes? Why?
Why not?
Explain this. Why do you send people googly eyes? I gotta know.
So it started out. I needed like 2 googly eyes for a project. So as you do, you go to Amazon and you buy like 2,000 googly eyes. So I was sending Potato Fi, Joel Crane, some Blue Scuzzies because he was going to design a case for them. And I knew he had kids, a bunch of little kids. So I'm like, kids like googly eyes. Well, I used googly eyes as a packing material. Small box with like 2 Blue Scuzzies and just full of googly eyes of various sizes. So, and I totally forgot that I sent them to him. And like 3 days later, I get a message from him like, "What did you do? Oh my God, they're everywhere." I'm like, "Oh yeah, googly eyes." So he managed to keep them a secret, from his kids for a little bit, but they're kids; they find everything. So he's like, "There's googly eyes on my fridge. I open the fridge. There's googly eyes in the milk. There's googly eyes, googly eyes everywhere."
They are absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
So he told a story on a stream that we did with Ron assembling Blue Scuzzies.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started sending them to like Zodium and anyone else that was kind of in the circle. Got some googly eyes or dead PRAM batteries or both.
PRAM batteries. There you go.
So you're the one driving up the price of googly eyes.
Of course, it's my new NFT is GFT googly eyes.
Ron's not gonna be happy.
No,
I got to compete with the RFTs somehow.
Yeah, those Ron fungible tokens. It's
I invested my savings in those, and it just went downhill from there. So,
dude, you have to when you put them under the bath mat, you have to make sure that you get that bath mat soaked 2-3 times a day. That's the only way that they'll grow.
Well, I'll give that a try now.
Oh, you guys, I love you. You're great. Anyway, so Tom, what did you tell all our guests, a lot of which are people who already know you've seen you around, but anybody who might not know who you are and seen you around, why don't you tell them a little bit about you and your journey into retro computing nerdity?
So I started retro computing probably in 2004. So I picked up a Macintosh 512K from someone online for like pretty much the cost of shipping. So I think it was like $7 total, which you can't do that anymore. Like even shipping, shipping is going to be more than $7, from Boston, Connecticut to Connecticut. So I had that. I had like a Power Mac 9600 that my dad had. My dad does photography, and he's been using Macs pretty much since like the Quadra 650 or so. So over the years, he's gotten quite a few Macs, and I've gotten them into my collection. I had a iMac G3, which wasn't really too retro at the time. Still a pretty decent computer. And just over the course of the years, I've been just grabbing computers at the tag sales or flea markets or the electronic recycling at the dump back before they cared about data security and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That pesky data security. And I got out of collecting a little bit back in the late 2000s. That is a lovely pumpkin tush.
Thank you.
So I got out of collecting in like the late 2000s, kept most of my collection, but of course I got rid of some stuff. And it's like, you look back at the stuff you got rid of, it's like, well, I had a Quadra 900, but not anymore. Don't know where that went, but and then I started getting involved, more recently in the Blue Scuzzy project through Eric Helgeson. So first I was just a very early user of one. Then when the demand started going up, I started help selling them. I'm pretty involved in the Discord. I don't have an actual Blue Scuzzy in front of me, ironically. Oh wait,
How do you make them? How do you not have them?
I shipped them all out. Yeah, Blue Scuzzy.
I was gonna tell you that Joe can sell you one, but
I know.
think he already sold everything.
I think he sold out.
He and I on the Blue Scuzzy Discord swap back and forth pictures of our stock to see who has more stock.
I've got this lovely my piece of bin components.
And I stole his idea and went to Lowe's and got the same one because it works and it's perfect.
Wait, show it again.
Dude, it's great. It's a great bin.
This is gonna end horribly.
It's a great idea, just for loose filthy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like has almost exactly the right number of everything to hold everything.
Nice.
So it's like a 20.
Don't make him full screen or anything. like really trying to see this postage stamp of Tom.
You're doing the safety squint.
Oh, okay. Keeter.
Yeah, I'll send you the link for that. They sell them at Lowe's, and then it's a
Wow.
2-tier
Ooh.
thing. So I have the bigger components on the bottom, like the 50-pin connectors, and
Nice bug out bag.
but
Sure,
yeah,
that
works,
kind of thing.
works pretty decently.
We got a disaster. We gotta go. Quick, grab that bag. Let's go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blue Scuzzy.
Yeah, that's all you need in life is Blue Scuzzy.
Orange juice, purple stuff, soda. Sunny D, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. So, my brain reset. I hate it when that happens. So, what's going on in your world, Mr. Guest Sir? What's new? I mean, you do a lot of work with Macs, obviously, but are you working on anything else that's not Mac related?
Well, it's funny that you ask. I have been messing around with a couple of PC related things. So,
Boom.
Even some Linux stuff, which normally I hate Linux. You can ask anyone I know. I hate Linux because I get confused by it. But because I'm one of those darn Windows admins. But I've been messing around with RetroNAS, which is a open source, I guess like a suite of tools for Linux. Specifically the Raspberry Pi, but can run on any Linux machine. So it supports like Samba 1. It supports all like older protocols that older networked computers can connect with. So I have a Raspberry Pi set up with a external hard drive running RetroNAS, and then I have a Windows or a DOS PC with a network card in it that I've got networked up. and I have the drive mapped, and I'm running something called Total DOS Launcher, which is like a custom launcher that you can get a huge list of games. So you can download like a game list, or sorry, you download like a game pack. There's a couple of them out there. Every DOS game there is. You can scroll through the list. Like, I want to play Doom. You find Doom, you hit enter, it downloads it from your server to your computer and executes it locally. You're like, oh, I want to play, some weird game that 3 people ever played. It's in these collections. Yeah, Frogger's a little too popular. So it's in it's in
Golden Wombat of Destiny.
Yeah, so you find Golden Wombat of Destiny, click it, it downloads it to your machine, and you got it running. So better than I need to find it on archive.org, and then you download it, and then you're like, well, I need to write it to a floppy drive, and my modern computer doesn't have a floppy drive, so I got to copy it to a USB drive, then to a intermediate computer, then to a floppy disk, and then, oh no, my floppy disks don't work.
Then the FBI's at the door. Oh, God, it's just, it never ends.
They came after you. They're like, we need money for that software from 1992.
Did you, Tom, I just want to throw it out there. I mean, I have a friend who is a rap guy who is probably going to tell you to don't copy that floppy.
He came up on the computer. He was like, I'm disk protector with you and the posse. And I was like, well, that doesn't sound right. So I just shut the computer down. I just formatted the hard drive. I figured it was a virus.
His name is Cyrus. So I guess that.
Yeah, Cyrus the virus.
Rudy, are you awake?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm
You
just
look like
typing.
you're about ready to fall asleep, man. Are we boring you with all this Windows talk?
Seems like we're talking about work.
Yeah.
In just a few more hours, I'll be back at it.
Oh, man, I'm sorry, man.
We're gonna take a siesta.
Take a
Siesta. Joe, did you and Javier go shopping again together?
He's my best bud forever.
We were holding hands.
Everything together, despite him being in Florida and me being in Ohio. I'm sorry, Ohio. I wasn't supposed to say it on stream. Sorry.
Florida man.
No, it's actually a weird coincidence.
Show me the shirt again, Javier. Cool. Thanks.
No, but seriously.
I want your lips. Oh, sorry.
The after hour stream around.
But we're both big in the Apple II community, and one of the guys there was like randomly talking, saying, hey, I made a whole bunch of these extra shirts. Do you want one? And he sent a whole bunch of them out. Yeah.
Yep.
Completely unsolicited. I didn't even know Javier was going to be wearing this shirt today. This is a complete whatever. It just happened that way. So, yeah. I mean, you can call us twins. I mean, we kind of sort of look like quite a bit alike today.
Joe and Javier separated at birth.
Separated at birth, yeah, right.
A frog and a bear.
Yeah, you can just call me. You can call me Jose, and you can call him Xavier. There you go.
There you go. That's it.
So yeah. Anyway, so Ron, what are you working on? What's going?
Well,
Oh, Ron.
my shirt arrived a little late, so I wasn't able to just directly change into it. I had to use a little movie magic. So,
like you always do.
I try my best. So,
That's
what
right.
am I working on? I'm working on a couple of different projects. I've got my boards came in. Fortunately, they're across the room, or otherwise I'd just go grab one. But my boards came in for the Blackbird project, which is trying to give people maybe a better, more modern option, especially if your PowerBook 520 power brick has died. So, oh yeah, Tom's on it too. All right, nicely done.
Rudy,
Now to take a
you're
screenshot
out, man.
and put it on mine. We're just going to keep doing that and get the JPEG artifact thing going.
Just keep
And
just
different
every
color-
generation.
Color logos or layers behind the logo.
But basically, just trying to get that put together, and then I'm working with a member of our team to figure out what went wrong with my Universal Plus SE Classic TTL video adapter. And as soon as we figure that out, there will be a version 3 that'll be available, and eventually there'll be probably Gerbers or Goobers or something available for people that are interested. They can download them, depending if they're peanut intolerant or not.
Yeah. They currently have an allergy. Apparently, somebody who shall remain nameless, Joe, did not properly help Ron double check the circuit. Ron sent Joe the circuit for double checking, and Joe was like, "That's fine." And then we plugged it in, and by we I mean wonderful Dave, Dave's Vintage Max. Plugged it in today on a live stream, and it exploded.
Yeah, it go boom.
So Joe needs to get his head out of his ass and double check the circuit. So
Well,
Joe,
it really
his house burned down.
the circuit is probably okay. It's just the chip, the IC, which is the original idea around this is based around something that's not really available anymore. So it's a matter of just finding the modern replacement and doing some modifications on the design and getting it out the door. So no trouble. But I remember I was on the stream when Dave turned it on, and it was like a snap, and Dave was like, "Oh no," and just beep, went ahead and switched it off. And I was like, "Yeah, what's going on with that?"
It's crazy.
You didn't
So
pull
we'll figure it out.
You didn't pull a Steve, like when Steve was on, I think it was Mike's stream, and the reefer cap went on the plus. Whoa.
Yeah.
Steve impersonation.
That's a bonus. That was
Yeah.
thrills.
The
Yes.
magic smoke is good for you.
Yeah,
Fireworks.
Yes.
It is.
you should charge more for that, Ron.
Yeah, I should charge more. It's an IC tester
Yeah,
in that they all test bad.
that's right.
They all test bad.
They all test bad.
It's the voltage.
I've actually, yeah. I've been on a kick recently too. Actually, let me show you some of my work. I've got one that's not 100% complete, but I've been doing a lot of indoor retro brighting just because it's way too hot here to do this outside because I'm just afraid that things will get melty. But inside, you can kind of watch that a little bit more. So mostly just doing indoor retro bright. I bought some new soldering supplies. Did a little video about that today. Soldered together a
Yeah, you got a Hacko, isn't it?
Yes, I bought a Hacko.
Yeah.
I really need to get like some hot air stuff more than I'm producing already.
Lovers Club, baby.
So this is the one that I soldered together quite a while ago,
Big full. We'll make you
Welcome to
and
the
then
show.
and then this is the one I soldered together today. So using some of my new solder majigs, and I've even got the resistors the correct way around and everything. So just tested a few minutes ago at Boots. Very happy.
Nice.
Thank you, Tom. Tom was the one that sent me the kits on those. I've got a couple other things. I got a video that I'm maybe going to do later this week where I bought several of Joe's Ethernet adapters, and I'm going to solder those together. And I 3D printed some really nice cases. So I'm going to put those together. That'll be a fun little solder madoodle. Who knows? So
Adam, are all the pins soldered?
on which? On what?
There's somebody got some. We won't name any names as to which seller it was, but one of the Blue Scuzzy sellers sent out a Blue Scuzzy and didn't solder all the pins on one of the resistor packs, so it didn't work.
I will say it was nobody on the stream.
Yeah, it's no one on the stream, luckily, but
It happens.
yeah. And I went to their defense because I'm in tech. I mean, I've blown up 74LS 86 chips in Dave's computer in California, and I'm in Ohio. I mean, I've done such things. Things happen.
Well, you can't beat yourself up because mistakes happen and nobody was hurt. And so we all live to learn
Yes.
and tinker another day.
Yes. It's all good. Rudy!
Me.
Oh, I almost cut you off, Ron. What?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say I only ordered like 64,000 of those other chips, but that's no big deal. That's no big deal.
Hey, seriously,
How hard is it to do a return on AliExpress? Is that really,
seriously though, if
just making a phone call?
Ron, I'll buy those chips off of you, buddy.
Oh no, I think I ordered like 20, so
okay.
it's no big deal. Yeah, we're not in too deep on this.
Okay.
There's something to be wrong. So yeah, we're just having fun.
Jelly bean chips because they're cheap as beans. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we can get back to Rudy.
Sorry.
What's going on in your world, man?
Well, I'm just getting over all my allergies. I've had a really bad bout of allergies this year. I haven't had allergies in 4 years since I moved further north of the city. And I haven't taken any allergy tablets. I take them every year. And this year it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I checked to make sure it wasn't the human malware. I checked that several times. I don't want to say it on the air because then who knows. Anyways, not that, but allergen. It just knocked me right out. So I didn't get a lot of things done that I wanted to. I just got our deck together today with my wife. We put things up and cleaned it up. But it's like it's almost half of the summer's gone. It's like you're doing it now. But aside from that, I'm working. I got that a pet to external card going. It is working. However, the screen is shifted too far to the left. So I need to figure out what's going on with the circuit with that. But we're like 90% there, and then hopefully we can get that out and put it on jcm-1.com.
I am the only seller of Rudy's retro Intel parts because
It's called purveyor.
Yeah.
Dealer. Look, you little tiny comps.
The tiny comp.
Dude, they're tiny. They're adorable.
I'll be hopefully sooner than later. I'll be putting a video together on that. I'll be doing either a video on doing another Timex Sinclair 1000, or I might attempt to do my first live stream with that and see if I can get some of those chips from Ron so I can make some magic smoke and have a real cool special effect thing going. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I should just keep doing what I'm doing, but just change the smoke screen the smoke screen.
So
the silk screen on it and name it like the RCV chip launcher or something like that.
Smoker.
Probably saw a lot of it too.
5 to ground continuity tester.
Mm-hmm.
So and regarding that the pet to composite out, I want to give a shout out to Thomas Armstrong and Geek with Social Skills. Sean, I'm sending your stuff this week. You'll get it in the mail. Thomas has been working on it. Another friend of mine, David Bradley, also has a channel called the 8-Bit Commodore Guy. He's testing on a whole bunch. He's got like every single Commodore pet version out there. So he'll be doing a lot of testing for me and stuff. So big shout out to all those people and thanks. And that's it for me.
Cool.
Hey, I will say that the people that you name dropped in your thing are two really good guys.
Yeah.
Sean with Geek with Social Skills has been very, very supportive of me and has helped me out with a lot of projects and gotten me like weird things that I've been looking for. So really nice guy. I can't say
what that red long thing in the background is.
What long thing in the background?
Let's go. Let's keep talking.
Never mind, keep going.
I didn't hear the first part. It broke up. But that's okay.
You don't want to. Just continue talking about the awesome people.
Oh, it's just really nice folks. Just chiming in with Rudy.
Yeah, great people. And I thank them for their help and willingness to give me a hand on this because sometimes the obvious things aren't very obvious to you. You got to walk away or get someone else to look at it. And then it's like, oh, it's that simple. Just change this and off you go. So, yeah. Thank you for help.
Hey, Geek with Social Skills, you're in the chat. If you want to be on our show, not to like not talk about our current guest, I've reached out to you a couple times. If you want to be on the show, you're welcome to be on the show. Just reach out to us. So Javier. What's going
I'm
on,
here.
man?
So, just been working, as you see, in secretly, I want to be like Adam. So, I've been envying him so much that I got my own Hawkintosh. So I've been
Nice.
Looking good.
working on this thing, and I added more lights because I want with lights a little thing that show me how many bolts are there, and lights, and more lights.
You should put a smaller screen on the side too, on both sides.
Not a bad idea. I was thinking about
3 screens.
Screens on all sides.
underneath.
Hey, you know,
There's a lot of space.
perfect adapter to do that.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Once I fix it,
I want to smoke.
Hold on, guys. Did anybody else notice how Javier went all like Thompson twins there for a second? It was like lights, yeah. Just
I actually went to a concert of Thompson Twins, so
Good catch. Good catch, Ron.
yeah.
yeah.
Ron is on the ball.
So I was green with envy about Adam, and now I'm not because I already got green. Oh yeah.
That looks really good.
So that's what I've been working on. Yesterday, I fixed a bunch of joysticks that I was still trying to work on, and now I got just joystick galore. And I maybe they're gonna hit
the less known James Bond.
Yes, joysticks galore.
joysticks galore. Yeah, exactly.
Oh golly.
So that's kind of where I am.
Today.
You're on fire.
Anyway. Sorry. Oh wow.
Okay, we do way too much laughing on these streams.
Yeah.
Hey, get serious, guys.
We just the whole point of the stream.
Ron is pretty serious today, so imagine.
So, Joe, tell us about your shirt.
What? Wait, what? My shirt? My shirt? Who wants to take a screen cap of that?
Which shirt? Oh.
Yeah. I already told you about my shirt. Anyway, what's going on in my world? Oh my gosh, too much freaking stuff. I got people in Facebook yelling at me because I'm late in getting stuff designed, and I start designing it today. And sorry. Anyway, cool little thing that I'm working on right now. This isn't technically a get, but it's what I'm working on, one of my projects. This is a Datanetics style keyboard, sort of, kind of. It's not really laid out like a real keyboard, but so that I can test my new Datanetics keyboard encoder that I finally got working. So as far as that goes, that's basically the Apple II and the Apple One as well, but they have a separate kind of keyboard controller that is impossible to find except from another machine. And so I reverse engineered that chip and we put that out. Thank you very much to Ian Wade for loaning me his keyboard to allow me to properly test it. But I had to ship his keyboard back, and getting an original Datanetics keyboard is like paying $750 for a brick of gold. So I designed a test frame that I can use to test this before shipping those out. Those are available on my website, although if you buy one, I won't ship it to you until I get the parts to finish building this, because I don't want to ship people stuff that I can't properly vet and test. That's all that's really going on in my world, other than like 20 different projects that people have me under the gun for, and I'm late on, and I apologize to every one of them if they're watching.
If they're not watching, tough shit.
Bad. Should have been here.
Sorry, I'm not supposed to say swear words on stream. We're not monetized. It's fine. We were monetized until we weren't. So, I am Ken Tankers tonight. I apologize. So, recent gets. These are nifty new toys that you've been looking for ages. Just tip your fancy or fun stuff. Mr. Torbar Tom Googly Eyes.
Wow.
You have cool toys. Tell us about it.
I have a few cool toys. Let me switch to the bench cam. I'll do the Adrian Black. I'll see you over. Let's take a look on the workbench. So this I got at VCF East, where I actually ran into Javier. This is a Trash 80 color computer.
CoCos.
I love already.
Yeah.
The problem is, or the cool thing is, it has some weird mods. So it has a power LED, which normally these don't have. It has a switch to switch between 32 and 64K of RAM. It has a reset button on the side. It has the nicer keyboard. The other one was a kind of a chiclet keyboard. This is a recent discovery. It has a 120 volt outlet on the side, which I didn't realize was a 120 volt outlet. I'm like poking around at it, and I'm like, I should check this with the meter just to make sure it's not like live voltage. So I plug in the meter, and sure enough, it's 120 volt AC.
Nice.
So that was a he must have had something hooked up. And then there was a button that says motor on or Motron, but I'm assuming it says
Motron? Is that a transformer?
I thought that was a brand of like pain medication you took for a headache.
Motrin.
I got a headache.
Motrin. It's Motrin. Got it.
Motrin, yeah. So I'm assuming it's motor on. I haven't popped it open yet to figure out what it does. It doesn't control the outlet on the side. But I'm going to be popping this open soon to install one of these lovely tiny comps and get
if you're,
out.
Tom, if you're doing that, would you mind taking pictures of the insides once you're done?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That'd be great, because I'd love to put it up on the site with another model of the tiny comp running. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And I like the mod underneath the CoCo one. It looks like a TI-99.
Yep. So that is my next.
Oh, I thought it was together. It was like built in.
Oh yeah, no. So that's a good segue. That is my next find. So this I picked up at the Flea at MIT in Boston, which is a monthly flea market they have. If you're in the Boston area, I highly recommend going to it. So I think it was with the box. The box was totally beat up, but I think it was like $20 or $25. TI-99 is a neat little computer. I haven't been able to test it yet because the power supply is missing a couple of pins in the power supply connector, so I have to like pop it open and figure out how to rebuild that. I guess it's a 4-pin plug and it only has 2 pins in there. But this was a recent find.
You can always buy another.
Is that a 99 or a 4A? I don't
It's
remember.
it's a 4A or a 99 4A.
Okay. Yeah, because the earlier ones had the weird like black and silver color scheme, so that's like a later one with the base scheme.
Yeah, and I do have a black and silver 99 base 4A as well.
Yeah.
That I picked up like a year ago. So the TI-99 is not really a machine that interests me a whole lot, but if it's at the right price, if it's like $25 or whatever, it's like, yeah, I'll pick it up.
Yep.
So we'll get back to this. This was I got it the same flea at MIT. It's a Toshiba Satellite Pro laptop. So it's like a Pentium, I think like 233 megahertz Pentium 2 or 266 or something. So it was $10. It works. Wow. So I go up to buy it, and the guy's like, "Oh, I have a floppy drive for it too." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And he's like, "That's another $5." And then I'm like, "Cool, okay, I'll do that." And he's like, "I have a power supply for it too."
$5.
He's like, "That's another $5." So this $10 machine turns into a $20 machine, which I mean isn't a bad deal at all. But it's just funny how it's like, okay, $10 machine. It's like, no, just kidding. It's 20 if you actually want, everything.
So somebody got the Steve Jobs, Tim Cook pricing handbook.
Exactly. See, you can get an iPhone
for $99
adapter. If you want the charger cable, you need to spend another $50 or $10 on Amazon. And then the rest of the machine's not here. This I picked up at the VCF as well. So this is a NEC PC98.
Ooh.
I know nothing about them. The machine's on my other bench torn apart because it has some issues. But Retrotech Chris and I were talking about it a bit, and I guess he knows someone who's very into them, so he said that he's willing to put me in contact with them. Help diagnose the machine. But right now, I'm just doing a full kind of tear down and making sure it's all trying to get it figured out. But I know nothing about the PC98s, but it's an interesting machine. It was a decent price. I'm like, okay, I'll buy it.
They were kind of popular, mostly like a Japanese type of standard to some extent, were they not?
Yeah, so they're a Japanese machine, and they're a non-IBM compatible DOS computer.
Yeah.
So I forgot what CPU and everything they run in. Yeah, they run, but they run DOS, but it's not.
It's
Yeah,
part
it's
of
not
the
IBM
family
compatible.
that started with the PC 8001, and then it did the PC 88, and then it got up from there.
Yeah.
I think, don't they run a Z80 or something like that?
They might.
But yeah, it was kind of VHS is talking about, is it an MSX machine? No, it's not. They were both popular in that market. The MSX I would consider more akin to a Commodore 64 for the Japanese market, where the PC 88s and PC 98s were more akin to a DOS PC for the Japanese market. If you want to think about it like that, they're different. They're different architectures. That's the brain.
So I think it might be a 8086,
Oh, okay.
but that might be the original model of them, because I think the PC 9821 is like a slightly more recent machine. But like I said, I don't know a whole lot about them besides it's a shiny looking box.
Background. Looking at
Joe's locked up again, guys. Somebody.
Let's Javier, go to his house and reboot him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go reboot him.
What?
Take him off Wi-Fi.
What? I'm here.
Yeah.
I was reading.
Joe, you're on Wi-Fi again.
It's a 486. This model's a 486 SX at 25 megahertz.
Yeah.
Running 3.
Sorry.
So it might be IBM PC compatible, or at least the later ones, maybe.
Yeah, so it's
tiny box.
like similar design to the 8000 series, but it was his own thing. Yeah. NEC did some very funky things in the 80s. Some very interesting stuff. Yes. And then I can see here later on in the time frame they became Windows compatible. Yeah.
If you're into that.
Yeah.
Actually, they're really nice machines. I remember being a kid, my babysitters, they're like, you go to the old lady's house and she's got like a bunch of kids and just watches like a whole bunch of kids. She had one, and they didn't have a whole lot of games for it, but the stuff they had was really neat. And I was like, I just remember seeing that compared to like Apple II games and stuff at school, and I was like, wow, like, this is like the sound is just amazing.
Oh yeah, they have like I think a Yamaha chip in there for the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Uses like an OPL type of thing, or variant of the AY5 8910, which is in the mocking boards. AY3 8910. Like, what that? Like,
What happened?
You missed.
We're having a hacko.
We're having a hack off apparently.
Yeah.
And I have a real hack.
Hacko sucks too.
Yeah, there you go.
Later.
Yeah, I was reading on the chat that Adam had some problems with his hacko.
Yeah.
With his daughter. And I was gonna talk to him about it. That I clean it every time I use it. I clean it, and I actually bought a bunch of the filters.
Yep.
And you guys should do that. Buy the filters and change it every once in a while, because they gum up like he said, and
you gotta clean the reservoir. You've got to clean the barrel with the needle time while it's hot, so you can get all the junk done.
Yeah, well, it's hot.
You have to replace the filter once every 10 uses, maybe, depending on how much you're using it.
Exactly.
And the big thing that I found out is never, ever use it with flux. If any liquid flux with it, what happens is it gums up the reed valve in the back, and then the valve will just stuck closed and it won't be able to suck anything out.
Right.
If you do a complete clean of it and you're still having problems, take that back part out, take the reed valve out, clean it, put it back in, see if that works. If that doesn't work, then just get a new little reed valve. It's like a little $4 part.
And I got extra tips and also an extra that thing that holds all the solder.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
try to get some extra parts.
And you have to get a case for it too.
Yeah, well, I got the case.
All the cool kids have the case,
Yeah.
Just be like me. Never make any mistakes soldering ever.
Yeah.
Problem solved, right?
I have never messed up a solder job ever.
Live on stream.
Low melt solder.
Joke's on you. I don't stream, so I can't mess up on stream. I keep a shame pile.
It's fine.
Myself.
It's fine. Steve did that one where he messed up a blue scuzzy, and then on a live stream like a month later, I did literally the exact same one thing. Because when you're live streaming, you're not paying any attention. You're talking to people. You're like,
Yeah.
But here, Jay, use it to suck up low melt solder. That's a party you won't forget. Yeah, because it'll go right out the back and through the pump and destroy everything because it'll still be molten by the time it gets through the back end. Yes.
Here's a question for the panel: when you're using your desoldering gun, does it make a difference? Do you find a difference if you're using lead solder or unleaded solder, or no lead solder?
Yes.
Leaded.
Yes.
I normally just get premium because the fuel economy, it's just worth it.
Or diesel.
Yeah. Just put that right in.
Diesel, my shizzle.
But the leaded solder is always going to pull through better because the gallium, silver gallium special formulated ones just melt weird. They just.
I'm finding that I thought it was just me, but I found that the leaded solder works better with this gun than
it works better. Period.
Yeah, I don't like using the other. So I gave it away.
What was I trying to think of on that? I was going to say one last thing about CoCos is that check your tip frequently.
That's just good advice.
The obsolete geek is here. Wow. But seriously though, what happens is they're made of copper basically, and lead dissolves copper. You can dissolve copper into lead at high enough temperatures. And so
I learned that at alchemy class.
You're my kind of nerd, buddy. You are. But seriously, what it does, it just erodes the end of the tip, and then you could be going along, and it gets stippled, and you can it'll catch pads and scrape pads off and stuff. So you need to watch that and replace it if it's bad. So
Joe, did you actually, seriously though, didn't you recently, somebody posted pictures about that exact issue?
Yeah, that might have been
where it showed pitting and stuff on the end. Like, yeah, I was like, wow, I had no idea.
That's also why you have to replace your soldering iron tips from time to time as well.
And that's a pity.
Yep. Metallurgy 101. Anyway. Back to what we were talking about. I don't even remember at this point. We're talking about recent gets. That's what we're talking about. So, who were we on? Were we on you, Ron? Or
Tom.
We were at the guest.
My pile.
You start with the.
It's like
I should buy some stuff.
Four nerds and some guy who we sort of call a guest.
Yeah, I finished my pile. I bought. Well, I probably bought more things, but nothing here to show you besides those.
No blue scuzzies to show us.
Oh, you know what? I do have a blue scuzzy. It's a purple. It's a grape scuzzy.
It's a grape scuzzy. Sweet.
This is my personal blue scuzzy, so I don't by mistake send it out to someone.
Yeah. I kind of did the same thing. I just I'm not that smart, and I just wrote all over it like a numpty.
You're gonna get an email from someone. My blue scuzzy says JS on it.
What does that mean?
I did by mistake send out a micro SD card in someone's Blue Scuzzy.
Yeah. I have I have mine like with a little tag on it with a blue tag that I use for testing.
That's
So
a good
the
idea.
testing unit. Yeah, I just keep it over there. So because the tag's off the end of it too, I'll notice it before sending it out. Yeah. Anyway, Ron, your toys.
I just recently picked up a new multimeter.
I've seen this multimeter. It's awesome.
It's
another one.
It's really great. These Kai Wheats multimeters, they're just amazing. Pick one up today. Half the sugar of the next leading brand of multimeter. Just amazing. Just amazing. Just get one. Actually, no. I recently Tom sent me some cool Blue Scuzzy stuff in the mail. I just recently exactly. I actually
Joe.
So is this the right one? No, this is not the right one. This is
No more tag. Oh.
Yeah, it's I just soldered up some Blue Scuzzy stuff. I got PCBs in the mail. I got some neat new soldering stuff that I didn't have previously.
Rudy, we gotta start doing Blue Scuzzies too.
Everybody else is.
I got one. I have to install it into my my Color Classic once Joe gets the board to recap it for me.
That's right. I'm supposed to be fixing something for you. Have you sent it to me yet? I forgot about it.
No, it hasn't been sent.
Okay,
It will this week.
Scared me. I thought I had like.
I meant I sent it. Did you receive it?
Oh, anyway.
I sent it to you.
Sorry, Ron. Go ahead.
Send me a Commodore board back. I don't know what's going on.
That's okay. We're all just having fun. I did want to say though, Rudy, if you get ready to do your Color Classic, you may want to make the investment in one of these right angle connections. That'll probably save your sanity on trying to get that working with your Color Classic. And then I don't remember who, but somebody associated with the Blue Scuzzy project actually has a new drive sled that is specific for the Color Classic now. That'll make it really easy to mount that in there. So you might, I can't remember who did it because I thought about ordering one, but it was like mid paycheck kind of thing. So I didn't get one, but you might pick one of those up. But.
Yeah, that's a great idea because I do want to put it internally. I don't want it I want all internal. Yeah. If you run across that again, Ron, just send me a link. That'd be fantastic.
I will see if I can find it because I need to order one for my Color Classic because I've got one of the drive emulator that shall not be named in there right now, and I want to get that out. I want to eliminate those from my collection.
Yeah, mine has a working hard drive still, but yeah. It's like no.
Those machines are so damn loud with those stock hard drives. It's nuts. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. PowerBooks.
That's not an exaggeration either. It's about how loud it is.
Like actually, while we got a lot of Blue Scuzzy people in the chat, we need more people in the U.S. producing PowerBook Blue Scuzzies because right now there's only one vendor and they are very often out of stock.
And he sucks. No, he's just.
Yeah. So the current PowerBook edition is by Androda, and he So he kind of designed his own board. I don't know how much we can say, but I believe there's something in the works.
That would be great. So teased it here first.
Yep.
You got my hopes up and dashed them quite expertly, sir.
If I said more than I'm supposed to say, you can blame Joe.
Fair enough. But yeah, that would be really great because I'll tell you what, man, using a PowerBook with a solid state drive is like a game changer because I just remember back in the day I had a PowerBook 100 and the drive is like constantly spinning up, spinning down, spinning up, spinning down. Doesn't matter what you did in the control panel, nothing. It was just like the loudest damn thing. But to use it with one, I mean, it's like you just hear like the circuitry of the backlight, if that makes sense, where it's just kind of like that kind of, background sound. Really neat.
Yeah. I second that. I got the Scuzzy, the one not to be named version for the PowerBook, and we need the Blue Scuzzy. So please, guys.
You couldn't even get the one that shall not be named for PowerBook for a very long time in the U.S. I had to before there was an alternative, I had to reach out to Bruce and have Bruce buy one because you couldn't even buy one if you weren't down under. And so he bought one and was very, very kind, and he sent it to me. That's been years ago now.
Yeah.
It's still,
That was in the before times.
In the before times. Really, it was, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's really it. I got some new soldering stuff. I got I was able to use a little bit of Patreon money and bought a fume extractor and some other stuff. And I used it earlier. I put out a video earlier today where I'm using some of those things in a simple blue scuzzy, and it made all the difference. Like, everything was out of my face. It was worth every penny.
Yeah.
So
See,
thank you.
While you're soldering, you just
Say it again?
blow. The trick is, while you're soldering, you just slowly exhale. So you're just like,
I guess, but it wasn't very expensive. If you have the means, I highly recommend getting one. So thank you. So now that we've rearranged the order, Tom, you going to go again?
oh yeah, yes, I got some really cool stuff. Let's take a look over on the bench.
Nice.
Back to the bench, baby.
Rudy, it's your turn. Go.
Okay. Recent gets other than my allergies.
Didn't you get a printer you were trying to get me to take, and I don't have any friggin' room because of reasons I'm
yes,
about to tell you?
I'm getting a K Pro letter quality printer. It's in very good shape. And I thought Joe would want it, but he said, no, I don't want it. It's like, okay, it's free, but you don't want it. I'm going to keep it. It's like, I don't know.
A 13-inch wide, like, walking path through here right now.
I thought it was Joe's computer museum.
Dude,
but
it
it's
is
not a museum
like
if you don't have a K Pro printer, so I don't know.
Joe's computer museum right now is stock full of a whole bunch of computers he needs to get rid of that I'll be talking about in a minute. So you just...
Yes.
Rudy, what you're leaving out is his house is a museum, and when people come to see him, they step on all of his floppy drives, and Ron was never invited back. Did it?
Again, this is a true story insofar as he did accidentally knock over a floppy drive.
Well, I stepped on. They were on the floor. It was all like based on Joe's svelte little form. And he invited me in, and it was like having Hagrid over to you. Like, it was like having Hagrid over to your Smurf house, and just
to your smart house.
No, Smurf.
There is definitely a mass size ratio difference.
You know why that happened? Is because Ron wanted stuff, and Joe wouldn't let him have it, so he ended up.
I put stickers on everything, and he told me to stop.
So it took me forever to get rid of all those stickers.
For some reason, I don't have access to the show notes, so I don't know what else I got. I think that's all. It's just
I think you said recent gets allergies and K Pro printer. According to
well, there you go. So I'm actually excited because now I have a K Pro printer. I need to get a K Pro.
It also says chlamydia here as well, but that may be that little unsavory for this audience, Rudy. I don't know why you wrote that on there.
Moving on.
Yes.
What recent toys did you
All righty then. Again, recent toys. I got a bunch of joysticks that I got, and I converted to sell and make some money because I that just reminded me I got my Patreon. It goes just back to other people's Patreon, so I don't get money from Patreon. Anyway,
the best way to give some weird company 70% of your income.
Telling you, but the good thing is that not a good thing. I just got another GS that is coming. It was too good to be true, so I got it. So that's my next thing that I'm gonna.
Is this the $600 one on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, you should get that one because it seems to have a transwarp inside.
Oh,
you heard it here first.
And it's super rare.
What?
It is. It's got Waz's name written on the outside. $600. It's got like a ton of stuff with it, but it also appears to have a transwarp with it.
Yeah, I want to get one of those the I think he's French, the guy, or
The apple squeezer,
British, the apple squeezer.
which means something totally different in Canada.
And that's how you get
So anyway, I was at the game like last week, and so after we just went over there to my buddy's house and just was hanging out in his pool, totally got an apple squeezer from his old lady. Like, don't say anything, but
and it's known as the apple squeezer here, but chlamydia in the U.S.
that is.
Oh, and Adam, just for you to know.
Got off the rails.
Yes, Adam, I got already a lot of blue scuzzy for the inside or whatever, but they're just weird, man. I mean, Andrade is a great designer, but he does things for but these are
Stuff.
you solder on top of it. It doesn't have holes.
Wait, what? Oh, it's surface mount. Yeah,
Surface mount, and I'm not very good at surface mount because you gotta bend everything, all the pins.
no,
Send it to Joe.
no,
You-
the surface mount components.
Yeah, that thing it uses a special connector type.
But what about the blue peel? The blue peel is not a special component. I don't know. It's weird. So
I have to design to figure out exactly how they do it.
I'll just send them to you, man.
You already sent me one. I haven't done anything yet. It's sitting there.
You got special components. I don't. So anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm finished with my green one. Oh, and I got a new motherboard for the clear one.
Yeah, that's right. You got a new SE board, didn't you?
Yep. So
Joe, do you need an SC board?
yeah. This guy, what's his name? Hold on. Big Blue Biologist or something like that. He's an awesome guy.
Big blue biologist.
So that big bad biologist. I'll look it up and check on my Twitter,
I
please.
think we're in the chat tonight too, as well. So,
But he's pretty cool. He has a channel, and please everybody go and subscribe to him because he's very cool. He sent me the out of the blue. He told me, "Hey, you want one? I'll cook you up." And I said, "Yeah." So he sent it to me, and it's in there just waiting for RAM because, of course, all my RAM is busted.
All my RAM
Send it to Ron.
is no good.
So yeah, it's no good, just like me.
Javier, it's big bad biologist, big bad bench.
That's it. Big bad biologist.
Big bad biologist is Sweet Willie now.
What is that?
That retro life done changed him somehow.
He's big, he's bad, and he gave me an SE motherboard, so I love him.
It's pretty good.
Thank you, man.
because your SE30 is still in Aussie land somewhere.
Yeah, in Aussie land, I gotta talk to Bruce.
Yeah,
I'm giving him $80.
it's,
Javier, did you fix the
Bondi?
screen on your Hulk? 'Cause
Beautiful.
during the live stream, it was off. You adjusted it.
It was off. I adjusted it on the back, and
Nice.
it works perfectly now.
And no smoke. Beautiful.
And I sent the parts to the other guys. So Joe has the, what do you call the CRT, the glass
tube.
the tube. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man, the tubes.
And Garth has all the internals. And all
Whoa, what?
that. Garth.
Oh,
No, I didn't say any bad word
okay, good.
yet.
Oh, I heard
Yeah, I love that.
He got the guts.
You got the guts.
You got the.
So that's it.
little things. Anyway, moving on. Cool. Anything else, Javier?
I'm good.
Joe, what about you?
Oh my gosh. So many gosh darn things. The big thing is, if you follow me, you probably know, I got 5 TRS-80 Model 4Ps. I finally got them all inventoried. I have a list of people who want them, and I need to reach out to those people to get those out to them. And it's going to be by first come, first serve as to who said they wanted them. I started, to be honest, sorry, everybody. I started with my patrons. I put it out to the patrons first. Do you want it? Put them on the list, and then I'll just go through and give everybody the option in order of whatever. And if I have any left over after going through the having five machines, 4 to give away, and about 8 people who want them, then I'll put up more of those out there for people to get. 3 of them are kind of okay. 2 of them have potentially bad high voltage circuits for the CRT, and one was it last night or the night before, I was live streaming and exploded a chip live on stream. So that was fun. So that one needs to be fixed. They'll all go out at the cost that I paid for them plus shipping, because I just want them to get back out into the community. I need to get them for about half price of what you would find them on eBay. I told the story about how I got them on my stream, so you can go out and check out that stream if you want to read up on that awesomeness. The other thing, thanks to like 8 different awesome people in the community, 8, 4, 6, 11, I don't know, a whole bunch of people, I am able now to make another one of these wonderful things, except it's not going to be orange like this. It's not going to be green like Javier's. It's going to be blue. It's going to be a blueberry tosh. So I got the blue clear case from Mac Effects. Thank you on that. A gentleman, I believe his name is David, got me the power supply and the internal metal frame for that. Thank you. I do want to put a shout out to Ron, because he offered to send me his frame. But the other gentleman was able to get it to me a little bit faster, and that's fine.
It's okay. I mean, we're still friends, but I don't know how many more of these slights I can take before I just have to continue to be Midwest nice.
Exactly. I do want to thank Eric Helgeson, the creator of the Blue Scuzzy, because he sent me the analog board and a power supply in the past. The power supply is literally like you plug it in and it goes nuclear, and I tried to fix it and it still goes nuclear. So we're not going to worry about that. But the analog board is fine. So thank you to him for that. And thank you to my wonderful friend right over here, Javier, for sending me the tube out of his Hulkintosh, so I can have the white tube to put in the blueberry tosh, to then put this blue window film over the front of it. To make it like super blue. I'm gonna to this
blue da doo dee da doo da.
Joe, I'm gonna call it Papa Tosh.
What?
Like Papa Smurf.
No.
Papa Joe always says.
No, Papa
You know, Joe, it's technically already blue.
What are you talking about?
The phosphors on. It's not blue enough, yes, but technically.
Well, technically,
the best type of correct. It is already blue. The Macintosh display is blue.
But it needs to be upgraded from level 30.
It needs to be bluer, yes. I agree.
It needs to be level 37 bureaucrat, so we need to put the blue film on it now. It's got to be... Oh, yours actually says dude. Okay, like you're going for me.
Hulkintosh.
It actually says Hulkintosh.
Hulkintosh. There you go.
Nice.
That's great.
Very cool.
You're muted. We can't hear you. Yell louder.
Sorry, I was in mute. So yeah, Adam, I stole it from you, but actually, I think I found another Hulkintosh name. I'm gonna send you. So we're good.
Cool.
It's Dr. Bruce Banner Tosh.
No, that's just a plain Mac.
But if it's the TV show, it's Dr. David Banner Tosh.
That's right.
David Banner Tosh.
So that's all that's going on in my world. That's all I had to say.
That's a lot that's going on, Joe.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Now, did the TRS-8 blow up because you put one of Ron's TTL boards in there?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. That would have been funny, but no, that wasn't the case.
Actually, these are compatible with any kind of computer. It's just 5 volts and ground, or 5 volts directly to ground. Whatever.
So we actually have. I'm sorry, I cut you off, Rudy.
No, just laughing.
Oh, okay. We actually have a repair topic. I'm not sure who put this repair topic in here, but we'll talk about it. Arcade cabinet restoration. I think that is.
Yeah, so that was me.
Talk about it.
So I picked up a. Let me see if this works. So I picked up a arcade cabinet recently.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
By recently, this was like 3 months ago, and it's been sitting in my living room
Was it
for
Viper?
a while. Yeah, so it was Viper. It doesn't have the PCB in there. It has some damage. The screen is a little bit of burning, but mostly is fine. There's some like damage to the the corners.
Yeah.
But it was like $100, so can't go wrong with that.
You can
Sure.
fix that, no problem.
So I got one of those 60-in-1 PCBs with the vertical beam, so it has like Burger Time, and it has Pac-Man. And
Tate.
yeah, Tate is the correct word, or Tate if you're not.
Tate, if you're from around these parts now, son.
So this was the inside of it. Some of the wiring was a bit not great. I'm pretty sure there was a mouse living in there at some point because there was a bunch of little like it looked like dog.
There was a mouse pad too.
A mouse tattoo.
Mouse pad.
Oh, mouse pad. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's a mouse pad. I like that.
That's the stain on the bottom, Javier. That's the mouse pad. See that on the left and the right there.
Yeah, I can see it now.
So what type of display is it?
So it's like a 27-inch RCA display. The chassis itself is a I forget the brand, but it's what's in pretty much every arcade cabinet from the 80s.
Okay.
Garner something.
Yeah, Wells Gardner. Yeah.
Wells Garner. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the wiring just was 1983 wiring or whatever. Kind of sketchy. There's all these like little like dog biscuits in there in like the bottom, so I'm pretty sure a mouse was just like hanging out in there, stashing food in there.
That's
Sure.
normal.
So I rebuilt the power supply circuit.
That looks like a total Bob Roberts job right there, man.
This is professional as heck.
Yeah, no, that looks like a total Bob Roberts. I'm not joking, because you've got the like with the like the filter transformer and
so I found a YouTube video that talked about it a bit. It wasn't Bob Roberts. I think it was like Vintage Arcade Gal or something.
So it was the fake Bob Roberts, not the real Bob Roberts.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
But she talked about doing the building the circuit. So I did that. First, the power supply I bought was a cheap one from Amazon, just one of those generic, like if you search arcade power supplies.
Yeah.
I plugged it into 120 volts. It started smoking instantly.
Yeah.
I was checking the checking continuity. The 5-volt rail was just completely shorted to ground, which is a good thing. And in a cheap crappy power supply, you're not going to get short circuit protection versus like a Meanwell or something like that.
Yeah.
So Meanwell, I don't know why I bought the power supply, because I had a perfectly good brand new Meanwell lying around from a different project. So I did that. Got it well wired up, got it installed there, and the screen is mostly good. There's technically it's the top, but it's the left side because it's in Tate mode. But it's got some like borders. So Joe was saying it's the vertical deflection circuit mostly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a just a full recap on the analog board and go from there.
Yeah.
But
I definitely say recap before you start replacing ICs.
Oh yeah.
On that.
Yeah, and there's some recap kits for the gains, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting a raster like that, that's almost definitely just a recap problem.
Yeah.
Potentially a slight an issue, but like that's just 100% recap.
Yeah. So they sell cap kits for that that board. So just order one of those and
Very nice.
So, and then there's a couple of, it's got some other minor issues. So it needs the the damage. I figure I'll probably just cut out cut out a replacement kind of corner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Justin's right. Bondo is the way to go. I would not try to replace, because you will drive yourself nuts trying to get it square, especially if you buy any kind of like artwork kits or anything like that.
Yeah, well, I figure for the artwork, I'm just gonna do black. I'm gonna do black. I'm gonna replace the marquee with a probably just put a Burger Time marquee on there because I don't like the 60-in-1 marquees that people have designed.
Yeah.
And yeah, probably just Bondo, Bondo it up.
Yeah, wood filler would be better.
Yeah, VHS is
wood filler.
Yeah.
How does your the track for whatever that trim? How does that look? Do you have any big damage on that?
No, most of the track is fine. The part that I need to do the wood filler is going to be a bit of a pain, but I think it's definitely going to be doable. And then there's a guy, funnily enough, it's the tmolding.com.
Right.
The guy is actually fairly local to me.
Oh, wow.
It's funny because I ordered some samples and it was like I get it shipped. And I look and it's like 3 towns over. It's like, oh, that's convenient. So I'm going to order some more T-molding from him. I'm probably going to do wood grain T-molding. Yeah, go with the LG.
Oh yeah. That's great. Like a Frogger cabinet. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be like wood grain T-molding, and then just probably a black a black side, just repaint that. The coin mechanism wasn't accepting coins. Took it apart. Probably found about like $8 worth of quarters inside the coin mechanism. So that
nice.
That was almost 10% off the cabinet itself. Just didn't change.
Wow.
Or replace the locks because if the previous owner of the place the previous owner of the cabinet breaks in, he could have those keys, and if he breaks in, I don't want him to get my quarters.
Did it have a lock bar or anything on the front? Anything you got to fill?
Yeah, so it has a lock bar, and then there is a I don't have a picture of it, but there is a padlock down there, so I need to cut that because I don't have the key for that.
How's the bottom of the cabinet doing with because a lot of these operators just leave them in place. They like mop around the outside of them so they swell. You get all that.
The bottom is not too bad. I mean, you can kind of tell there's some kind of
rat piss. Yeah, I got it
down there.
So that would be easy to cut out. That would be easy to cut out and replace.
Yeah. So I figure, do that at some point.
Or just get some nice Spanish tile. Just tile over it. That's resale value later, man.
Linoleum, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say just put a single sheet of custom cut linoleum, so if anything ever does live in there, it can't soak into the wood.
Yeah, I like that idea actually.
Once you replace it, though.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
If it smells, it's never gonna go away.
No.
Luckily, there's not really any kind of smell with it. The whole thing is pretty solid. There's no major structural issues. I put in a little amplifier in there for the speakers. They sell just on Amazon like little 2-channel mini amps. So I got that set up. I have a new marquee light on order because the old one's a fluorescent one and it's not lighting up, and that's the whole like rabbit hole I don't really want to go down.
Yeah.
The fluorescent versus the starter versus the
buy a modern display. The only people that should be trying to rebuild those displays are people with original Nintendo cabinets, and that's just to update them from 100 to 120 volt. I mean, it's just so much simpler to buy a modern CCFL replacement or something that's going to give the same luminosity. Yeah, I just found like I think they call it under cabinet lighting. So I'm gonna try those, see how that works out. If not, it's from Amazon, so they have Just make sure you get the length right, and that'll hide most sins.
Yeah. So
because I see people, they buy. Oh, I got like a 6-inch one. It's great, and it's like because it looks like the surface of the sun right in the middle of your marquee, and then it's just like a black hole everywhere else.
Oh.
Yeah, so this one was an 18-inch one, and the original was 18-inch.
Nice.
It's I have high hopes for that. And I mean, I don't know a whole lot about arcades, but it's a pretty simple. Yeah, the power supply circuit. You have the CRT. You have the board on the right with the JAMA connector. And then you just have those are just wired up to the coin mechanism and the controls.
If you want, you can always take the coin mechanism out, put a mini bar fridge in there.
No, but then I can have people over, and I could be like, "You want to play Pac-Man? Give me a quarter."
Yeah,
Right.
I'll be
coin mech in there, and it's attached to a lock that they have to put a coin into in order to get the beer out. That's what you do.
Tom, I've seen a lot of people wire the coin reject to be their, like, basically credits button. So you're not. I see a lot of people that are kind of like, I made my home arcades, gooey, and put like a coin button rather than like a start up at the top. So it's just, I don't know that looks great. I would definitely say that having it on the coin door is kind of like a fit and finish thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna leave it as is because worst case, I'll just pop some quarters out if I want to play. It's a really expensive piggy bank.
Oh sure, absolutely,
Definitely.
And VHS. Are you talking about this rust damage? I just noticed that actually, so I need to see.
Is it a 2-player control panel on the front of it, or?
Yeah. So it's a 2-player control panel.
I know a lot of those games for the those 60 ones are basically kind of set like single player games because I think you're throwing them in like a midway cabinet or something like that. Is your plan? Are you going to leave it 2-player, or are you going to replace the? Are you going to replace it with like a single player control panel?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I think I have to redo some of the stuff on the control panel. So there's plexiglass covering this, and that's cracked. You can kind of see it there.
Yeah.
So I might leave it 2-player anyway, even if none of the games work with 2-player, just so I have the option in case I want to toss a different board in there. My original plan when I accepted buying this, I didn't realize it was Tate, so I was going to put in a Neo Geo board, but that's not.
You still can, man. Just put it in there, and when you want to play Neo Geo, just lay the cabinet on its side.
I like that idea. Just pivot it.
Yeah. Get a radius display and just.
So yeah, at some point I would love to get a Neo Geo or a cabinet that's regular screen, and then I have a Neo Geo 1-slot board that I want to be able to use. Right now I have it hooked up to my TV through a Super Gun, which is a you can convert the JAMA standard to like RGB and controllers and stuff, so you can like hook it up to a TV. But unfortunately, that's not in the cards for this.
So tell us about your N64 retail display.
So that's Dreamcast, but
don't tell us about your Dreamcast retail display.
I don't have an N64 retail display. I wish I had a better picture of it, but yeah, it's a Sega Dreamcast kiosk. I picked it up locally for like $400 or $500 or something. Mm-hmm. It was on a Facebook local Facebook group. Someone posted it. It was like, "Hey, I need to downsize. I've got this this kiosk. I just want what I paid for it." It was in really good shape, and it was like a month of people commenting and be like, PM'd. And at some point I'm like, well, it's still up. So I send him a message like a month later. I'm like, hey, do you still happen to have that? And he's like, yeah, everyone that had it, everyone that messaged me, said they didn't want it because I wouldn't ship it. And it's like, well, yeah, obviously you're not going to ship it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked it up and it works. Yeah, it works really nicely. It's they're not great to play on because you have to stand up and like it's a little tiny screen. It's mono.
I mean, plus it's Dreamcast. I
love the Dreamcast. I've had that thing for 5 or 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what it looks like, kind of. So it's what they had at the stores. There's like a piece of plexiglass up there. Usually that's missing from these, but this one actually had that, which was pretty impressive. I like that. Yeah, put an Apple IIe inside. The Apple II retail display.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put Total Replay on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott.
So that's been my project, because I've been working on this arcade cabinet. Mostly yesterday was the first day I kind of like dug down into it and started actually working on it, but it's been working nicely.
Mm-hmm.
So
What a
far.
coincidence. I also got a cabinet too.
Nice. Oh yeah. See, that's a bit more convenient of a cabinet rather than Yes, things are gonna like, kill my back when I try to move it.
You need to just put it on wheels so you can just move it around no matter what.
Yeah, I've got I use the hand truck to get it in a buddy and I, but
Wow.
probably once I get it fully finished, I'll put it in the corner and it'll stay with the house forever.
Uh-huh.
Even if I leave, it's like
It will become someone else's problem.
exactly.
That's right.
There was a Reddit post recently on one of the arcade subreddits, and someone's like, "I bought a house and it came with this machine. It doesn't work." And it was like I think it was an old asteroids cabinet or something, which uses like a vector CRT or something. And everyone's like, "Yeah, that's going to be a pain to fix, but that's cool. Yeah, that's a cool find."
Just tell him to sell the house.
Yeah, well, he bought the house. That's what the previous owner did. Was he sold the house and left the cabinet there?
Yeah, that does happen. There's a lot of estate sales where it's like, oh, like, what does a 90-year-old person have this cabinet for? And it's like, oh no, it was the previous owner. we have to now make this somebody else's problem. Now that grandma's passed on. Besides, she loved pinball, not Q-Bird. Sorry.
The problem is she has all the quarters too.
Yeah, took them. You can take it with you. It turns out if you're an owner operator.
Luckily, this is a 1-floor house, and it was about like 2 steps to get from the driveway to the inside the house, and it's a nice straight shot to the living room. So
Nice.
it wasn't bad getting it in, but whatever my next step is not going to be. I'll have to buy the house around based on ease of getting the arcade cabinet in.
Yeah. How can you get it in? Yeah.
A 5-story walk-up with no elevator.
There you go.
That's like it's all I could afford.
Up the stairs for 25 minutes.
Damn.
I recently, a couple years ago, I rebuilt a Donkey Kong Jr. like complete like floor up, tore up from the floor up, like rebuild on a Donkey Kong Jr. Like rebuilt the control panel, rebuilt. Had to go through and fix all of the T-molding and new artwork and just nuts.
It's a lot of work.
It is. And then I sold it.
And then
Because I realized when I was done, I was like, Donkey Kong Jr. kind of sucks. It's okay, but it's not great. So I
love Donkey Kong Jr. What do you mean?
He realized he couldn't get into the house.
Yeah.
It opened the door.
Then you calculate how much you spent on it versus how much you sold versus like how much time, and you're like, well, I made $2 an hour.
Well, but it's one of those things though, because it was just a fun adventure. Because I always wanted to own an arcade. So actually, here at the house, for a very long time, I had a Galaxian, and that I rebuilt, and then I pulled the Galaxian board out and I bought an adapter that would take those Namco cabinets and convert it to JAMA. So I could put a 60-in-1. So I did a 60-in-1 for a little while, a nice little Tate cabinet, and then I got rid of that and then did that complete rebuild on that Donkey Kong Jr. And it was just such an amazing journey of like learning about the history of things and reading stuff. And Bob Roberts was still around at the time. So this is a couple years ago. And like utilizing his website to like rebuild and find parts. And it's nuts. Like some of the stuff you just can't get, like the control panel, there's plexi over the artwork on the control panel for those. And the screws or the bolts are just like a weird metric one-off kind of thing that Nintendo used, tracking those down. I finally just had to like have somebody use a lathe and make some. It's nuts, but it was so much fun. It learned so much. Javier, we love your cabinet. Yes, you could swallow it with a glass of water. We get it.
Mine's bigger.
I have one of those ones, but it's the Burger Time one.
Yeah,
and it's awesome. I mean, it kind of sucks to play on, but it's more convenient than having a
If you can't, don't have
You can take it with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine's bigger than yours.
There was a couple years ago, a couple Christmases ago, that they released a bunch of those cabinets that were like joust and different things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I read online that they were like, oh yeah, there's just a jumper inside that you can jump, and it'll be a different game.
A different game.
Yeah. And
Jump!
so what? Go ahead and jump. Yeah.
I bought. They were selling these at it'd be the equivalent of the CVS here in Canada. It's called Shoppers Drug Mart. Anyways, they were $20 brand new, and now you go online, they're like $150.
Yeah.
It's like that was like 2 years ago. It's like $150 for this. No.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. You need magnifying glasses to play on that, Javier.
Yeah, but this has that hack that he's talking about. It's 4 games in one. So you move your
on those, yes, there were slightly bigger ones because my son has the joust one, and you could just you put a jumper inside or something like that. But what I did, I went the fun route. I got on AliExpress and I ordered some Mercury switches.
Yes,
and so you flip it upside down and turn it on, and then it plays the other game, and then you flip it back over and play and stuff, and that worked a lot better for my son.
Cool.
Plus, when the FBI stopped asking questions, our lives went back to normal.
When your mail stopped being intercepted.
So, Joe, what's next? You're falling asleep there.
Well, because I don't know anything about arcades, so I don't have anything to add myself. I'm just listening.
I know how to play them.
You never played on one?
I have. I'm horrible at video games, and I usually don't enjoy them. I like watching other people play games. I'm a sandbox game kind of guy. I play like SimCity and Minecraft.
I play Donkey Kong, and
what you do is you get an old arcade cabinet, and you stick your Atari 2600 inside, and you're done.
But the 2600 is ass. I mean, I have one. I had one when I was a kid. I never played it very much because I was bad at it. So I watched my brother play it. And that's how I've been ever since.
Practice.
But see, if I can't get good at it immediately, I don't enjoy it.
Then
I'm
don't practice.
I am the weirdest guy. I hate practice. I hate it. I can't figure it out by reading something.
Just remember wax on, wax off.
That's see, and this is why your channel.
I'm 42.
This is why your sister channel did not work out, Joe. It's like because it was like there was smarter every day, and then Joe's channel was smarter right now. GD it.
Yeah.
And it was one episode, and he went bowling, and that was it. Because forget it. I didn't do a 300 game the first time I played.
I'm done.
This game is for fat guys and a-holes.
You know, he threw the ball and then came back to it.
Practice makes perfect, and I know that, but my brain is like, this is boring, do something else.
I get it because I too am similarly afflicted where it's like exercise or brushing your teeth or getting up in the morning and taking a shower. It's like people build like welcome to Ron's ADHD talk. It's really easy for a lot of people to build habit, and habit is tough for people with ADHD. It's like the first time like the 50th time you do it, it's as hard as the very first time. And so I absolutely get that.
Yep. I agree.
And those people like me that just never learn.
Javier, you never learn? Well, you keep coming back here every week, so
That's the only thing, and that's because they grab me. My wife grabs me and gets me into my room and say, "Go play."
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Your wife grabs you, huh?
That's right.
Hi, Chihuahua.
You always right.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so what's next, Joe?
Well, I think we've gone through all our subjects. We talked about everything we were going to talk about, and it's about wrap-up time anyway. So I think we can, unless anybody had any other technical questions, or if we wanted to try to help Adam McGee fix his, because he had a question about his solder sucker. I think we already answered that. Take it apart and clean the hell out of it and put it back together, I think was the answer to that.
seems right.
If you paint it green, they call it Hokensucker.
Hokensucker.
Well, I watched his live stream. It wasn't pulling. It looks like maybe the rubber seal on here is missing.
Could
Or
be.
oh, great! I just spilled all over my desk. The rubber seal around the capsule here, where you pick it up. If that's gone bad, then you're not going to get enough suction either.
Yeah.
Something to look at, anyways.
Yeah, just the CoCos are great, but they do require, they're kind of a high maintenance thing. It's not like turn it on and go. You got to check it every time you use it. And,
But
Yeah.
they're worth the effort.
mhm.
I like it.
I just remembered the time that I was a young tech, and I had one of those blue, like, kind of solder sucker pullets or whatever. And I was like, man, this thing sucks. Like, it just doesn't work that well at all. And then I realized that it comes apart. Because I guess I just thought, like, when it did that, like, it cast all of this waste solder into like another dimension or something. And I opened it up, and it was just like it was like the Tin Woodsman had came to full completion right there,
Jeez.
like on the desk. I was like, wow, this is really an awkward sort of story.
And then I've always just bought the cheap ones, like the $3 on Amazon ones.
And when it
I've
gets
heard-
free, throw it away.
I've heard there's like better ones of this style from like Hacko and other companies that are much
Right there.
better, like that one.
Much gooder.
But instead of doing that, I just bought one of the cheap desoldering, the desoldering guns.
Solder pullet.
Yeah, these are supposedly the best in the market. They're Japanese engineered. They've got a silicone a piece of silicone hose on it, basically, so you can get it right down and get a full lock onto it. Instead with the
Like,
hard
just really get in there, just like
if
tight,
you're
like
gonna do it,
silicone on silicon. Just
you've got to
right in there,
have rubber on rubber contact.
just
man.
like a biblical level of contact.
Dude, like you
Like
have,
back seat of a car
yeah, man.
on a Friday night kind of contact. Is that what we're talking about?
But even this thing pales in comparison to the Hacko.
Mhm.
Because this your heat, apply, pull, hope it gets it all, and then if it doesn't, you've got to add more solder to the joint because you got to pull the whole nub out at once. If with the Hacko, you just stick it on there and keep running it, and it'll just keep pulling stuff out until it's like 90% clear, and then
I even got one of this.
yeah, with the built-in iron, yeah.
It's still crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah, so that's why I find on mine it builds up on the. I don't know if you can really see that on the inside of the rubber piece. If you take the filter out, it looks fine on this side, but this side it's like all gunged up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you gotta take that out and clean it up. Maybe
you always
wash
take
it.
it out and clean it up.
Yeah.
comes with this little pick that you can use to.
Right. Yeah.
But this is an example of how the filter gets all gooey or yucky on the inside. So you need new ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Buy more.
Buy more, not
Mhm.
less.
What are those, Alka-Seltzers or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're polydent tablets.
Make sure that
Oh, that's it. Martha Ray would love those. Or is that poly grip?
Kind of like a
Poly grip. That's it. Poly
That's
grip.
it. Yeah.
Or poly. Plus grip. Okay.
yeah, and then here was Justin. He's got the Hacko Beyond. His has actually like the external vacuum. It's not built into the handle. It's like
yeah, those are huge.
And he has this one chip in his Amiga that will not come out. I watched him live. He struggled with that thing, and it's still stuck in there. Justin, cut the leads and just cut the chip out.
That's what I would have done.
Then you can grab it with a pair of tweezers, grab the pin, and heat it, and just pull the pin out. At this point, that way you'll preserve your via holes and you won't kill it. He got it out! Yay!
Yeah.
Or a blowtorch will work too.
Hot air.
Blowtorch.
I've done that. You got the entire chip upside down, and it'll either just fall out, or once it gets all melted, you can just kind of whack the board onto the bench, and it'll pop it out. Along with hot metal at 450 degrees all over the place, but that's burns are temporary.
And all the chips around it as well. You just you look at your desk and you have like 8 different chips on the desk, and like, well, I don't know where any of these ones.
Well, they're out.
Yep.
They're out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool.
Adam, why? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Can anybody answer this question? Why would I do that?
Why would you?
Because you can.
Why not?
But I don't use this floppy. Like, why would I like?
Because it's not an LS120. If it was an LS120, you would be using it.
Put a zip drive.
I've got like the ultimate external storage device. I don't need that.
Hook up an 8-inch drive to it.
An 8-inch floppy drive? Yeah. Hey, all I have to say about 8-inch floppy drives are this. If waiting for Ron's joke. Never mind.
That's low hanging fruit. Like my testicles.
Yeah. If I ever get an 8-inch floppy drive, by gosh, it's going to be with the Data General Nova. All I'm going to say.
That's fair.
Joe, instead of putting in a drive, make a what are those CD-ROM drives that just pop out the drawer to make a cup holder. So get rid of the floppy drive, make the drive bay, hit a button that kind of slides out the drawer, and you put your cup on there.
Nice.
And I'd have to modify it so it'd fit.
So you modified it anyways.
Well, see, a CD drive
What's
is
a bit more modification? Come on.
I don't want to cut holes in it. Besides, I can't cut, paint, draw, or anything in lines. So
Javier can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah, people use the CD drives as a cup holder, but a CD is the exact size of a quarter pounder with cheese. So you can use it as a burger holder.
There you go. Even better. You put 2, one for your Pepsi and one for your burger.
I like how you think.
Yeah, Tom, that's really thinking outside the bun there.
Or you can make it a taco holder, whatever you like.
That's it.
inside the bun.
You sold me.
A burger is just a taco, so
You sold me. Yeah,
Burger's just a taco.
it's a big taco.
An unfolded taco.
Or make a salsa tray, whatever.
50 Shades of Beige. I'll cut it for you. Which chainsaw do you want me to use? No. The answer is no.
I believe him.
Adam's saying, Javier, he'll like you again if you make him a Hulkintosh sticker for his SE and a white Apple 2GS sticker for his black 2GS.
Oh,
What the heck?
oh man.
That's a 60-pounder burger.
You act like I don't talk from experience.
I'm sold. I'm sold. I want it.
Look how big the onions are on that thing. Oh my goodness.
It looks really delicious. But I have to go to the doctor in the morning, so I can't eat anything.
Well, you just leave it in the CD holder until tomorrow.
That's it.
Yeah,
It's not going to get any worse.
exactly.
Or you could make the hole bigger and make it like an easy bake oven.
That's true.
Here's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. I have an Apple 3 over here. I'll just put the hamburger on the Apple 3, and when I come back, it'll be on fire.
or grill.
Yeah, it'll just be yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well grilled.
Charred to 8-bit perfection. Only at Joe's.
Parboiled.
8-bit.
Our new patented grill technology. How's that, Joe? I open the rack and there's just two Apple 3, just with their chips like stuck to the bottom of the freaking grill. Hamburger on top. It just sizzling away.
It'll stick to your rib that way.
I've heard about the sandwich in the VCR, but never the burger in the Apple 3.
Yeah, man.
Think outside of the box.
Patented. TM, Joe. Oh, K-Pro barbecue. Yeah. Yeah, Adam, but my K-Pro doesn't get that warm. It's yeah.
Your Apple 3
Hey,
does.
bro.
Well, it's not on, so it's really not going to get warm.
Bruce is here. We're right. Hi, Bruce. We're just about ready to shut down for the evening. So yeah. Hi, Bruce.
Bye, Bruce.
Hello, Mike. Good day.
Oh gosh. I think we're about done for the evening. It's our shameless self-promotion and wrap-up section. So, Mr. Guest, Mr. Tom, Mr. Not Tom, Mr. Torbar, you
So
promote yourself.
I can be found on Twitter at
I'm glad you know.
torbar. I can also be found on my Blue Scuzzy page. Which is
Tom Scussy Blue.
hold on.
Jeez.
I don't know how to use OBS, guys. I'll just say tom.scuzzy.blue.
There, I'll put it on the screen for you.
There we
Oh,
go.
nice me.
And those are my main two places I can be found is at Torbar on Twitter and tom.scuzzy.blue. I can also be found on the lots of the Discord channels, but shameless self-promotion for the Open Retro Scuzzy Discord, which we have. We talk about Blue Scuzzy, we talk about Ras Scuzzy, we talk about just general, Apple shenanigans. And the link for that can be found on the Blue Scuzzy GitHub page.
Yupper dupper. Cool.
You can also find people like Joe and Ron on that
Right.
Discord as well.
Man, don't drag me into this.
You're gonna drag you into this. I'm also gonna drag you guys into this in another way. On Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
We are doing a VRAM assembly stream where we're gonna
We are.
assemble some cursed VRAM, and that is gonna be on Joe's channel, I believe.
It will be. Because I think we all got together and we're like, where are we going to drop this turd?
Some
And
Ron, yeah. Ron was trying to coordinate it, and like we were all like,
I was really actually, and I need to make an apology to Joe. But I was like, I said, when are we going to do this? When are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Where are we going to host this? Is anybody tap the mic? Is anybody there? And then Joe was like, well, I can host it on mine. And I said, but he's like, I'm right in the middle of something, and I was like, come on, do it now. That's what it sounded like in my brain.
yeah. And
where it was like a Terminator joke, or Predator joke, but instead Joe was like, I was like, dude, like, hold on, I'll do it, but just be patient. And I was like, oh wait, no, this was misinterpreted. So I upset Joe, and I didn't mean to upset Joe. And I sent him a message, and I was like, hey buddy, I hope that this did not hurt our friendship. And Joe said, who the fuck are you?
we hugged it out, and then something happened, and then Ron smoked a cigarette, so it was all good.
I know.
Joe was like,
And I have not crushed a floppy like that since last time I was at your house, man.
Now Joe has chlamydia.
Oh man. So yeah, so
Or an
we're
apple juice or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I'm doing that as well. Yeah. Tom will be there, and Ron, and me, and a whole bunch of other people that we shipped all these things out to. We're gonna be building some stuff. It'll be cool.
Yeah, it'll be a good time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or it won't.
For a good time.
I'm gonna break everything. I'm gonna light on fire.
I think I'm the only person that's going to try to do this without hot air. So we will see how this goes.
No, I'm not gonna use hot air.
I don't need to.
Oh, you're not? Oh,
No,
okay. You're not going to use hot air to do this? All right. Well,
I'm gonna use a Rossmann level of flux. I've got 3 brand new flux tubes. So I'm just gonna dump them all out onto it. I'm just gonna shove solder in there and just hope for the best.
Well, if you're going to use a Rossmann level of flux, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on the chat, and it'll just be me in a recliner with my cat talking about like traffic laws in upstate New York. Everybody, welcome to my stream. I just,
Talking about New York City.
yeah, I went to his place like the last time I was there, and
he closed it because
was closed.
he was coming.
He knew I was coming. Because like I tried to start Big Beef before I showed up, so that way it'd be like I don't know, like a WWF thing, but it did not. It turned out to be more like a WCW thing.
I cashed my 401k just for flux. Yeah, HR told me it wasn't a good idea, but I'm like, no, trust me, I need to do it. I've got a pallet of flux coming now.
Oh God.
What the fuck was that about?
Is this that stuff that Bruce has been recommending to people?
The stuff that smells like Johnson's baby oil. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, and when it ignites, it has a wonderful smell. It's the other stuff is like really stanky. So this new stuff is pretty good.
Whatever this stuff is, CS flux.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's because it was on Amazon and I buy everything on Amazon because why not?
Jeff loves you.
Yep.
Rudy, tell everybody about yourself.
I'll watch my channel or you're gonna get shot. No. Rudy from Rudy's Retro Intel. Yeah, new video will be coming up hopefully sooner than later. I've been just under the weather and I'm trying to get a couple things done. I want to get another app. Sorry, I can't talk. The pet. See, I can't talk. I gotta do a reboot. The pet to composite video hopefully will come out sooner than later. I will be out of the country in July. I'll be in Greece. So I'm going to try to join the Roundup via my phone. We'll see how that works.
I mean, it's a Motorola Razr, so good luck.
Yeah.
It better be up the nose shot. You just hold it below your face.
Adam,
while I'm there,
he's in the chat. He was in a live stream with us once from a hotel, shit-faced drunk. So if he can do it, sorry, Adam, I love you to death. I know you're there.
So while I'm in Europe, I'm gonna see if I can get any retro stuff from there. And
yeah, you should.
So, yeah.
From the Parthenon, you call us.
Yes. And Javier, how come your title always changes every time we have a different show?
What? My what?
It says Jav Master with a 3, and then it says Atari Buster, and the last time it says Atari Master. Now it says Hola, and then another time it says Joe.
You know how it is. I
There you go, Chip Killer.
That's me.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. And Javier, see if you can get more of those shirts. See if you can get them on your store.
These shirts?
Yeah.
Sure.
Two enthusiasts, guys, made one.
Sure.
And actually, see if you can make me some stickers.
They just gave them away.
See, I have the Apple II enthusiast hat.
There you go. Here's the cooler cat.
Nice.
That's right.
Like, what you need to do is you need to buy one of my LED brights and you just hang it.
Yeah, exactly. Put it in there.
There you go.
You know, and if somebody ticks you off, you just put it right in their face and just blast their eyes out.
And does it come with a knapsack with the car battery in it?
Yeah, it will run for about 8 hours on a lithium-ion battery pack.
See, I wouldn't. They're sold out.
Enough time.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Run.
Oh, hi. I'm still here. You can find me at various places online. Probably on Twitter is a good place to look. It's at Ron Comp Vids. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, which is just like, will you move? I can't. Like one disaster at a time, Joseph. Ron's computer videos. It's imaginative. I'm sure you'll find me out there. So
Ron's awesome. We love you, Ron.
I try.
No, we don't. All righty then. I don't have that thingamabob, but I got my. Oh, or is it like this?
Oh man.
Yeah, I think it's like this, isn't it? Yep.
No.
There you go.
Yeah,
You
it's
can find
backwards.
your half master.
You can read it. We can't.
Okay.
Turn around.
Then I turn around.
Oh, you did it. There we go.
And then also 8-bit tees, the best 8-bit tees store. 8-bit tees.
Oh, man.
All you need.
Apparently, Adam has been to all of our houses and has given us all several shots of bourbon.
Nice.
Javier, are you okay? When I've been okay, man. If I was okay, should I be here? No. Okay, so hey, it ain't okay.
Oh, but seriously, thank you, Javier. Are you done?
Thank you, everybody.
I'm not trying to cut you off. I just don't want to cut you off.
Nope.
Because it's in theory my turn, and I have an ego the size of how big is Texas again? No, seriously though, Joe Scherzer from Joe's Computer Museum. You can follow me on the Twitter dudes up there, Museum Joe. Joe's Computer Museum on YouTube. This Tuesday we'll be on my channel. We'll be doing a fun group session that we already talked about putting together a whole bunch of stuffadoodles. So that will be cool. My next video is in production. It is the process of reverse engineering 2-layer vintage boards. So that isn't. Who's laughing? Why are you laughing?
I'm reading at the comments. Sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry.
I just making sure I didn't do something stupid. Anyway, again, to clarify. So yeah, my next video is in production. Reverse engineering 2-layer boards. I have a lot of the work done on that. I just have to finish a little bit more of that work and record some voiceover stuff and do all of the unfun part of making a video, which is editing, which I find very boring. But we'll get that done and we'll get that out soon-ish.
Nice.
That's it. Anybody else have anything they want to add before we take off? No? Yes? No?
No questions from the viewers? No.
There was one final question from somebody, VHS, with the exception of the work the MacFX has done, what other keyboards would people like to add a modern touch to? A modern touch. I think a modern remake of any Apple keyboard is awesome, or any old machine, really. Yeah. Especially if the TRS-80. I saw this recently. The TRS-80 Model 1, for example, has a notoriously garbage keyboard. It's basically no better than two little copper wires touching together. It's literally what it is. They're awful. And I saw it recently. Somebody made a replacement keyboard for it that takes standard cherry switches. So that's super, super cool. Modern the old Datanetics Apple II keyboard. It's interesting that you mentioned that Action Retro, Sean, because on the Apple II Enthusiast Facebook page, someone posted a remake of that. They remade one. It's the Apple One version, but the Apple One keyboard and the Apple II keyboard are very similar. So a slight modification to that layout, and it would be the Apple II Datanetics keyboard. The cool thing is if you do have a Datanetics keyboard and your Datanetics keyboard has a bad encoder, you can go to jcm-1.com and get a replacement encoder from this guy right here. So yeah, cool.
Too bad they don't make a replacement keyboard for the Timex Sinclair.
Nope. You got to go. Well, they do,
but it's the same keyboard.
Like you can get like the replacement membrane, but it's still crap.
Yeah.
What do you put good stuff to crap?
Yeah, everybody join in. Okay, I think we need to be done for tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for stopping by to Retro Repair Roundup.
Thanks everyone.
Our special guest.
Thanks, Tom.
Barber.
Thanks for having me.
To lasso that like button.
Yeehaw!
Circle the subscribe button and hit all the things. Drop into all our social medias and follow us all. Our next episode will be on Sunday, June 19th, 2022 at 8 p.m. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye!